So I think from a marketing manager standpoint, it is very important to understand how the consumers react. So I'll give you an example, just to help you understand in terms of what is it that people are looking for. I, as a consumer, I consume TV also. I may be using a shaver. I use a toothpaste, and I also have a credit card. So each of these assets or each of these elements also represent an industry in itself. So when I talk about, say, credit cards per se, it is the banking and the financial services industry that I am talking about. So those are the people, the marketing managers in a BFSI system or a domain are looking at maybe your buying pattern, your spending pattern, maybe your frequency of revolving, maybe your average transaction size, your tickets, your purchasing, your favorite vendors across. So that is just one aspect of that same consumer that they are looking at or focusing at. If I'm talking about, say, a mobile or maybe a shampoo or a toothpaste, those are also the consumption pattern which maybe an FMCG or an FMCD or a telecom brand is looking like of the same consumer. So at the end of the day, the consumer is the same. It is just the different facets of possibly the traits which each industry is looking for and looking like. So from a BFSI standpoint, it is the financial services that we are wanting to reach out to our consumers. We are wanting them to take those better decisions when it comes for spending or when it comes for any kind of financial assets that they are looking at. Similarly, from a consumer standpoint, a consumer durable standpoint, it is the products which offer that variety which they are possibly looking at. So the consumer remains the same. It's just about how you are looking at different or the various aspects. Marketing also is something similar. It is at the end of the day reaching out to the consumers, and that's the reason why when we talk about marketing managers, it's the same across. It's only different in terms of your approach. So you cannot release a credit card overnight, but you may release a small prepaid plan overnight. You may release a new variant of a soap or a shampoo, or for that matter a piece of attire, maybe in a week or two. So there are different ways in which an industry works, but at the end of the day, if you know your consumers well, if you know how to reach out to them, if you know what is it that you can possibly do for them, what is it that you can do to make their life simpler, making it a good financial decision or making that good buying of maybe a smartphone or for that matter a travel ticket, I think the key objective or the key hurdle is resolved, and you have done your bit in terms of marketing that required product to the end users who will use it and will ensure that they stick with your brand for a longer period of time. So I think that's the key in terms of the ask, and if you know the consumers well, I think it doesn't really matter in terms of which industry you are, but it's just about how you're gonna drive those strategies to reach out to that audience and help them get that required sale and required delta for your company.